Welcome to The Greatest Knits. My name's Matilda.
And I'm Julia.
And we are two friends who knit together in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're really excited to be back making our little podcast now that it's sweater weather. Julia, would you like to kick us off? Tell me what you've been working on.
Yeah, I've been working. Now I'm doing my part-time job is now knitting. So I'm doing a lot. I'm trying not to scare off Matilda with all this stuff that I've been working on, but
you couldn't.
First of all, I've been finalizing the pattern for this vest that I don't have a name for yet. It will come. It will come to me. But it will first come into test knitting phase. Yes. And it's a very easy straight down vest with a V-neck here, a beautiful little detail. Rolled little edge here. I really like rolled edges. And I knit this one in Mayak. It's a Tibetan cloud. That's a sheep yarn that they have from Tibet. And Paola kindly offered a discount for the testers. So, but you don't have to knit it in. You can knit it in any base that you like if you want to participate. It's a fingering sport weight kind of yarn. If you want to participate, send me a message. I also announce it on Instagram. And I'm always happy to have test knitters. Now we're test knitting the Hella sweater, which is going to come out in November.
I got my yarn for this one already. I haven't started yet.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really looking forward to your sample. I love the yarn that you chose. Yeah. This one is Curry Worsted by La Bien-Aimée. You know the book that's just about to come out. Yeah. And it's a really lovely merino Curry.
It's beautiful.
So that's I'm going to love. I think it's a very easy sweater. And then I'm writing my very first shawl pattern.
Yeah. How exciting.
Yeah.
As for a non-shawl wearer,
yeah,
I think this is a good big step.
Yeah, but the nice thing about shawls is that you, to knit them, it gives you a bit more freedom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can throw in more color because you don't wear it the whole time. You know, it's just like this accessory that you can put on top of something neutral.
Yeah, and then take off when you're done with it.
Yeah, and also with the pattern. So I've done this bit now. It's an intarsia. It's going to be intarsia. This is the back. It's really lovely back also. It's going to be nice that if it flips, you know, if you wear it and it flips, it doesn't look shitty on the back, basically. Yeah. When we were in Oslo on the yarn fair.
Yes, I remember.
The Strik Festival.
Yeah.
We had a lovely booth next to us, which is called Farbit.
Mm-hmm.
Farbit.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a Norwegian hand dyer, and she uses a lot of non-superwash yarn, and has quite a specific signature. I think the way that she dyes the yarn just turns out very lovely.
Yeah.
And I contacted her about the yarn that I saw there, and she kindly offered me to send it to me. So thank you again, Lila, for that. And that's going to be this. And then in November, there's also going to be a magazine release of Yedra Knits. It's a bilingual Spanish-English magazine from Madrid and Amsterdam. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it a bit more. And that's coming out. And I'll pop in some images of the swatches that I made, because it's a really fascinating, kind of like a waffly brioche kind of stitch.
Ooh.
So all the swatches that I made, and once I start swatching, look,
you get a bit
all
of
colors.
Oh, I love this one with the mohair as well.
Yeah.
Is that what you've finalized on?
So then it's going to be mohair, and it's going to be the Westwool bicycle combined with the glow hair.
Beautiful. That's the Roswitha colorway.
Yeah.
What's the name of the pattern that's in the Yedra magazine?
To be honest, I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, because it's not in my. So it wasn't my decision how to call it.
Okay.
I called it grid,
Yes.
and I think she kind of, during the process, she called it quadratura, Spanish. I think that's the same as grid.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it turned out to be grid, but the theme of the magazine is tarot cards. So it could also be that it's one of the
Something a little bit more
characters.
mystical.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Beautiful. Yeah. So you've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And what have you been doing?
Well,
Apart from your language tests and stuff.
which are all passed. I
Oh,
finally got my
congratulations.
results. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm one step closer to my Dutch permanent residency. I finished off the big blanket.
yeah.
I don't have it to show because I sent it straight away to my friend Maya in New York as her wedding present. But I will, she sent me some beautiful photos, and if she says I can, I will publish them on my Instagram of her and her new husband Eric wrapped up and cozy and warm in their blanket, and they love it, so I'm very happy.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
Besides that, I have been working away on the sleeves slowly of my honey bok cardigan. So I'm doing 2 at a time sleeves because otherwise I was really worried about running out of yarn.
Oh yeah.
I've got such a limited amount of this because it's hand spun, and once it's gone, and I want 2 matching sleeves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really very happy with how this is coming out, and the yardage is surprising me. I'm getting further than maybe I thought I would. So that's coming along.
I see something
It's really bright.
Yeah.
So I don't knit a lot for my husband because he loses.
Why?
Because he loses the things I knit.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that was 10 years ago that I think he lost the last thing I made for him.
He gets another chance.
He gets another chance. These are the Mittens from Mama's Teddy Bear Knits.
Yeah.
That's the back side. That's the back side with the vertical stripes.
Yeah.
This beautiful toxic tennis ball yellowy green from Undercover Otter, one of our favourite friends here in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
This is the Brundle colourway on their Nevermoor base, and Nevermoor is this delicious blend of Exmoor and Corriedale and Zwartbles and a little bit of nylon, and it's this really delicious, puffy, sort of heavy fingering weight to almost a sport weight yarn, one of my favourite. And I'm just holding that with 2 strands of the Holst Supersoft in black. That was my husband's request.
Good choice.
Make him happy. So yeah, the Ui knits from Mama's Teddy Bear Knits, and I'm very happy with how they're coming along.
They're beautiful.
Thanks.
Good project.
Yeah.
But coming to our next subject, what would you be knitting if you were in a different life? If you had all the yarn in the world, all the time in the world, all the discipline in the world.
The discipline and the time is the thing for me, I think. Yeah, we were talking about one of our favourite knitting magazines, Amirisu, and one of the things I love about Amirisu is how timeless those designs are. My fantasy knit is from an issue from several years ago, issue 12, and it's a sweater called Minamo by one of my favourite designers, Alice Caetano.
Yeah.
So the Minamo, we will, by popular request, post some photos.
Yeah.
So you don't have to use your entire imagination for our fantasy. It's got beautiful knit pearl texture in the body, and then this really interesting sort of wavy hemline, and it's sort of high-low hemline. Keeps the kidneys warm.
Yes, nice, protective. So
Very
it looks
important.
really comfortable, but it also looks very elegant.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's yours?
My favorite fantasy project would be the Akemi Sweater, and it's from issue 21. And it's designed by Keiko Kikuno. And it's a very beautiful round yoke sweater. It's an all-over pattern.
Yep.
They have a really nice super bright orange sample in their magazine, which I love.
It's a very adventurous color.
But it's just perfect with that pattern. And as a cherry on top, it has a fringe line going, starting somewhere a little bit lower than the shoulders. And yeah, that's just little tassels here all around the yoke.
So beautiful.
Super
so fun.
nice.
So exciting.
Which brings me to our favorite feed. Yeah. So we've been thinking about where we take our inspiration from. And I think, Matilda, you decided that you wanted to take a bit more distance from Instagram.
Yeah, I probably the last 3 or 4 months have really drastically cut down my Instagram consumption. I now limit myself to 10 minutes a day, so I'm very laser focused if I'm using it. And it's been a great choice for me, I have to say. It's really freed up a lot of my brain space. It's made me a lot happier. But that doesn't mean I'm not getting inspired from other sources. So we're sort of changing slightly the direction on this section of our podcast, and it's not going to be just limited to Instagram accounts, but all sorts of places that we get our inspiration from.
And which is the one that you get your inspiration from at the moment?
At the moment, I subscribe to a newsletter called Pome, P-O-M-E, by Matthew Ogle, and it's a poem a day. The curation is second to none. It's every time I see one come through, I stop, I am able to take a little break from my day, I read, and often they're not long poems, and often it's not a whole poem, it might just be an excerpt, even just a couple of lines.
Mm-hmm.
But they are always stopping me in my tracks and making me think about the world in a different way, which I love, and that's why I enjoy poetry. How about you? Who's been inspiring you?
Yeah, I've been following Jedra Knit. I've already mentioned them. They made a really great addition now for the one that's coming out, but she also shares her own projects on Jedra Knits, and I really like the way she communicates and holds together this community. I think she's also a younger generation knitter and inspired by things that I share, kind of music that we both share, and films, and so I think it's a great feat. She does a great work.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited to see the new issue of Jedra and see your gorgeous
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited too.
When that comes out.
It will be somewhere in November.
Beautiful.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our next subject is the last one that we'll talk about, and one of my favorites always.
Mine too.
It's the favorite 3 every month. We have 3. We get to pick 3 favorite things of a certain category. Yeah. And this one, you came up with this one.
I did. It's not the easiest to explain, so bear with me. I was thinking about aesthetic choices or stylistic things that my younger self would have hated that I now adore. And it came out of really feeling very pleased with my mullet.
Yeah.
I grew up in Australia in the 90s, and there probably could not have been anything further from a style that I would have. So
I had the same.
yeah, and I think a not insignificant part of my love for my current haircut is how much I enjoy fucking with my 20-year-old self, you know?
The stuff that you used to hate and that you now realize are actually really nice. Well, or that you now can...
I really appreciate.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love almost like embarrassing my 20-year-old self.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Yeah, but mullets are great. I also like them with men, women, any age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of this idea. And I started thinking, what else have I really changed my opinion on? The next thing that sprang to mind was the colour pink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think
A total no-go back then.
Yeah, not over. I think it was also for me partly like a rejection of very feminine.
Exactly.
It's just too girly for me. That's not the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
But I would say now it's one of my favourite colours, especially like a dirty, grungy, dusty pink. I love a little pop of something sort of corally pink. Yeah, pink in all its forms.
Yes. All the great nuances of pink.
Yeah, the nuance is one of the things I love about it. And then my third thing I really can pinpoint when my opinion changed on. It's the wearing sneakers in a non-sporting context. And I really think my opinion of this changed when I moved to Europe.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think I wore sneakers unless I was at the gym or going for a run when I lived in Australia.
Yeah. It's very difficult for me to understand life without sneakers.
Yeah. Well, and now that I live here, also for me.
Yeah.
I have switched a little bit to boots in the wintertime, but I think when you're on your bike all the time, it's the easiest form of footwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it
walking
is
around so much.
So many great sneakers.
So many great sneakers.
Yeah.
So many great sneakers. And wearing sneakers with dresses in particular is something that I would never have done.
Good.
I do it
Yeah.
all the time now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah.
Funny. So that's how it can
sneakers,
go.
Sneakers with dresses, sneakers in a non-sport context is my favourite.
But that's exactly why I like the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good one, huh?
So mine
Yeah.
are adding to your mullet haircut. I will add a little moustache from here. And just that look, a mullet and a moustache, when I was in my 20s was a red flag.
Nauseating.
Definitely. Yeah. Exit through the gift store. No, that was not my kind of taste. But now you see it quite a lot here in Amsterdam, and I like it a lot. I like a moustache with very young guys, all ages. I just really like.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I like the look. And to just round it up, what you also see now is these 80s sport jackets, blousons, like with a little elastic at the bottom, and they're like these color work, lots of colors and
shiny fabric.
Yeah, and just together it looks so cool. But it was something I would never have liked in my 20s. Not even later in my 30s when I met my husband now, and we had a huge row because of a ski jacket that he really insisted on wearing, which was super practical but very warm. And I mean, it gets cold here and windy, and I can understand. But I seriously told him I would leave him if he wouldn't stop wearing that jacket. And so I had the moustache, I have the sports jacket, and then and then together, I mean, I think it all comes together. It's kind of like this 70s, 80s look with these intarsia sweaters. Now everybody tries to buy them at thrift stores and secondhand stores, but in the 70s and 80s they were still walking around wild, life, free range, and just, big triangle, intarsia color work.
Yeah.
And now I think it's just such a nice knitting technique, and I always work on it to find something really cool how to make it work.
Yeah.
I can also use all the yarn that I have, all these colorful colors. I really haven't found a way yet. I adore the way that Shiny Superhero does it.
Yeah. Shin,
yeah.
Her intarsia is spectacular.
So great and on the spot. And yeah, I like it now, but back then it wasn't really my style.
No.
But that's how it goes, and I think it's just a lesson learned that you have to stay fluid and open to, and maybe not be so convinced of your temporary taste at the moment.
Your own opinion. Also, I think it's good to
Definitely.
question why do you like something and why do you dislike something.
And it's nice to see that you're changing yourself.
Yeah, I think so.
Enjoy different things. That's already it for today, for this episode. We thankful that you watched
Yeah.
us, you follow us. If you have any kind of styles that you detested in your 20s, 30s, doesn't matter when, and that you do appreciate and like now, leave it in the comments. We like hearing that, or you can send it to us on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And
We want to know.
We wanna
think
know.
this is a really interesting conversation topic. So
definitely, we can go on and on and on.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate our lovely audience, our subscribers, and we'll see you again very soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.